What's going on, guys? I got another Topwater lure review for you this week. It's going to be another popper. It's the Damiki D-Pop. This is my first Damiki lure review, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Alright guys, this is the Damiki D-Pop 70. Just like the Rapala X-Rap Pop and the Jackall Mudsucker, it has the distinguishing number in the name, the 70, which leads me to believe that they'll have more sizes. The 70 meaning that it's just a 70 millimeter, but this is the only size that they have out now. It's the Damiki D-Pop 70. It has a length of 2.8 inches and a weight of 3/8 of an ounce. Obviously, it is a topwater floater. I'll go ahead and do a quick measurement for you. With the ring, it is right at 2 3/4 of an inch, and then without it, it's right at 2 5/8 of an inch. Now, just like I've explained in the past to you guys, there are mainly two sizes of bass popping style lures out there. You got the 1/4 ounce, and then you got the 3/8 ounce size. This is obviously the 3/8 ounce size, and you can see that this Rebel Popper right above it is a 1/4 ounce size. I really appreciate the 3/8 ounce size because they're really not that much bigger as far as in the mass of the bait, but they're much easier to cast as far as they cast a lot further. I don't buy too many baits in the 1/4 ounce size, period. I like to throw all of my hard baits on bait casting gear, and I had to set up a lot more breaks to throw up 1/4 ounce and under size, so I usually stick with 5/16 of an ounce and over, unless it's an easy casting lure like the Rebel Popper is, because this is a 1/4 ounce, but it's very easy to cast. So I usually don't mind throwing a Popper in a 1/4 ounce size. Why I bring that up because this shape of this popper is that really popular popping style shape like this Rebel is. I mean, they're essentially the same exact shape. The incentive to buying this lure over like a Rebel is that it's going to have some different features. It's going to have some nicer components out of the box, and one of the main things I like about this is the rattling system that's inside of it. If you can go ahead and take a look here, you can see all those little plastic BBs in the middle. I think there's like 5 of them. You might be able to see it a little bit better in this one. Yeah, you can see it better in this one. You see the 5 BBs. You got essentially 3 chambers. You got a chamber up here, one here, and one here. And normally in poppers, you'll see this ball back here, and then you'll see a ball up front that's in a separate chamber than the rest. And this chamber up front is normally where you'll see the rattling system. But in this one, the rattling system is right in the center of the bait. And so it has a unique rattle. Unique as, here's a Rebel, a little deeper sound than the Damiki. And on any given day, at any given time, something like a different rattle, a different pitch to a rattle, or whatever is tickling their frequency for that day can make them bite over something that you would normally use. So that's just an added incentive. Also, the fact that, like I said before, this is going to have some nicer components to it. You know, excuse me. Something that I always notice about the Damiki stuff, even though this is the first review that I've done, I've noticed that the Damiki line, they like to put these black, I think they're glass, they might be plastic, but they put these black eyes in there. There's no detail to the eye at all. It's just a black eye. So just something to point out. While we're here, you can see that the mouth of it has it's clear plastic, so it's transparent. You can kind of see through it. And the hooks on them, the hooks they look like they're plated from far away, but when you get up close, I can't really tell if they're plated or not, but you can see that the wire of the hook is actually a round wire hook, as opposed to a flat wire hook that you'll find on a Gamakatsu. Like here's a Gamakatsu. You see that facet where you can see the light right here. It actually has a facet there, so you can actually see that it's flat as opposed to like this being round. So it's something to point out. They are strong hooks, so I won't be replacing these. I bought these two because of the feathers on the back. If you go onto Tackle Warehouse, you'll see that they have 6 different colors, 6 different patterns to choose from in the Damiki D-Pop. And you'll see that they have 3 with black feathers, and then the other 3 have white feathers. And they have one that's a like a foil pattern, and then they have one that is painted, which is the real shad, which is like a sexy shad pattern. But the other 4 are transparent, like these 2. So I chose the transparent colors because I really like those, and plus it's easier to show you guys what's going on the inside of these baits if I pick up a transparent bait. So they have 2 transparent black feather trailers, and then they have 2 transparent white feather trailers. And so I just picked up one of each. So this one is kind of like your bluegill imitation. You can see that it's got the black, not black, but it's kind of like a blue line coming down here. And then you can see this one says D-Pop 70. They actually both say D-Pop 70. I think they say them on the back instead of the bottom because they're topwater, and it just kind of makes sense to put them on the back instead of on the bottom because of the fact that the fish aren't really going to see it. They boast these baits of having a 45-degree angle in the water, which is really steep like this. I actually think they're even more aggressive than that. They're probably closer to like this, where 45 is more like here. I think it's more like right there. So it's got a steeper pitch to it there. So it's got a slight blue finish here, black back, gold side, and it's got a white pearl belly. The holographic finish on these are really neat. You can actually see them in the light. They look like little squares all over the place, kind of. They're not really squares, but that's just kind of the way they look in this light. But it's those holographic, they're like little holograms all over the place. Instead of, it almost kind of looks like glitter, but it's more brilliant than glitter. So just another thing to offer up, another reason to buy something that's different. So it's kind of neat. This is a holo bluegill. The next one I have here is just called Phantom. Phantom has this kind of a bronze back on a bronze painted back, fading into just a clear side essentially with a clear bottom. I really like this bait because a lot of the baits that I have don't have clear bottoms. They have like a white bottom, so I really like this one. So, and now, while I'm here, I want to point out that it has this ball back here, just like a lot of the other poppers out there. That ball is really going to make it cast a lot better, give you that centrifugal force that you need to get that bait out there a long ways, and also it makes it sit in the water really aggressive. So there's Phantom. So anyway, here they are, you guys. Check these things out. I think they're really nice. They're really durable too. You can see they also have this etch scale pattern and this interesting gill plate, raised gill plate there. So they're really nice. Like I said, I can speak for their durability. I threw this one up against the rocks several times when we went fishing the other day, and there's really nothing wrong with it at all. So that's a plus. Because I know I appreciate durability in the baits that I buy. I hate throwing my money away when I'm buying stuff just for them to break. So check these things out, you guys. Damiki D-Pop. This is the first Damiki lure that I bought, and I will be buying more to review, you guys. So check these things out. If you guys have any suggestions for me to review as far as a Damiki, let me know. I'll pick it up on the next order, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support, you guys. And we are going to be wrapping up this Topwater review for this year here in the next couple weeks. And I think we're going to move into square bills here coming up in the next couple weeks. I'll be placing a big Tackle Warehouse order in a couple weeks. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned and talk.